Hello everybody, welcome back to Just Lights. In today's video, we're going to be kind of tinkering around with this marketplace find right here. Now, I actually had one of these when I was a kid. I don't know if y'all remember these things. They came out in the late 80s, early 90s. This plastic blow mold stand-up traffic light through Little Tyke and Power Wheel. Now, if I remember correctly, because it's been a pretty long time since I had one of these things, that little switch right there is a two-way toggle switch, and it would actually allow you to change it from two functions, either your traditional green, yellow, red, or you can make it go the opposite direction, go red, yellow, green, kind of like the Christmas tree at a drag strip. Just in case you want to race your buddies on your BMX bike or see who can run faster or something like that. The good old days. But I really don't know anything about this light. The reason I got it is, one, I got it super cheap, paid like 20 bucks for the thing. Two, it's kind of a thing from my childhood. And these things are kind of getting kind of rare and a little bit of like a collector's piece and stuff like that. So I kind of want to get a hold of one. Some of the things I noticed right off the get-go is I am missing all the little covers that go back here. Normally there's like a little plastic plug that goes in these things. And I have some kind of a nest going on in here. I don't know if it's a squirrel nest, rat nest, bird nest, whatever the case may be. I have no intentions on sticking my fingers in there to find out. Just use a pair of needle nose pliers to kind of pull that stuff out of there. Obviously, the other thing is it's extremely filthy. It needs to be completely taken apart, piece by piece, gone through, test it, see if it works. If it doesn't work, I'll see what I can do to get it working. But that'll also be down the road as I get further along with it. So let's go ahead and start disassembling this thing, and let's see how this thing turns out. Okay, so I got it all cleaned up, got it all dried. Definitely has some, good sun damage, fading and all that stuff to it. Some of this stuff is kind of ingrained into the plastic itself, so I'm probably not gonna be able to get all that stuff off like I want to. I'm thinking about possibly repainting it, just to make it look a little bit nicer. I'm still trying to decide if I want to do that or not, or just trying to keep the originality to it. But overall, I got everything as clean as I'm gonna get it. Some of the stuff is still on the interior of it, which this one you really can't get to the inside except for that little hole there. So I was trying to swoosh a bunch of water around to try to see if I can get it out. So, but if I do decide to paint it, you won't see any of that no more. So I'm still trying to decide if I want to do that. Now that nest that was inside there actually had this entire thing filled from where we saw it on the backside, which came to almost about there. It had this entire cylinder completely filled all the way down to here. So the circuit board was completely encased and all kinds of nasty stuff. So this thing definitely is not going to work. I could try to hook it up, but I'm sure it ain't going to do anything. So I'm not even going to bother doing all that. So I'm going to go online and see if maybe I can come across one, see if something's out there. If not, I do have that gentleman that I've gotten some of my control stuff from, Sean Breen. Yeah, I'm going to reach out to him, see if that's something maybe he could actually custom make, where I can get one board made for this thing that will actually do the two functions. If not, I might just get a regular traffic light synchronizer and see if he can build one that runs off, say, a 9, maybe 12 volt system. So I can mount it back down inside here, maybe just use a 9 volt battery or something. So, but I'm going to wait till after I get all that stuff done before I actually do any kind of painting or anything like that. So this way I don't scratch the new finish. So let's see what I can find. So I went online to see what I could find. I kind of struck out. I wasn't able to find anything, especially an original board for this traffic light right here. So I also went on a couple of those like vintage toy group kind of things. Wasn't able to find anything there. And then I also, just as a long shot, I went on the Little Tykes websites where they have like the customer service thing, just to see what they would say. And they said, obviously, with it being that old, they don't have anything like that, especially a product that's been discontinued for almost 40 years. So I mean, I figured it was a long shot, but what the heck, why not try? So I reached out to that guy I know named Sean Breen. He ended up making me a board. That should work just fine. It's still going to do both functions, where it's going to have the regular traffic light and the drag strip light. I do got to upgrade my switch to a 6-prong switch to make everything work the way he has it all wired. I'm also going to be running it off a 9 volt battery instead of a bunch of D batteries, because I still want to be able to get in there to work on it if I ever have to. I'm going to switch all the bulbs to LED so it doesn't drain the 9 volt as fast. And the main wires I'm going to have run to this terminal block just to save any extra pressure or anything like that from going on there. So What I'm going to do first is I'm going to go ahead and get it all wired up to the board first, right on the bench. Make sure everything works like it's supposed to. As long as everything does what it's supposed to, then I'll start putting everything inside the light, and then we'll go from there. All right, so it's all hooked up here on the bench. Everything's doing its thing. I just wanted to make sure that I got all the wiring, everything fully figured out and all that kind of stuff before I start trying to cram it in that space right there. And since we had to go with a 6-post switch, I have to make the hole right here bigger. So I want to make sure it was all working before I started making that bigger. And, he does send nice instructions. So, this is the 6-post switch and how to wire it all up just to make sure the power gets transferred each direction like it's supposed to, because this does have 2 functions. So when you do flip it one direction, you got what they call the drag strip. So it'll go from red, wrap it yellow, then green, like it would be like the Christmas tree you see at a drag strip. And then when you go the other direction, it'll be your normal, green, yellow, red traffic light. All right, I'm going to show you my little holder deal that I got going on here. So I had this little thin piece of aluminum. So what I did is I took the circuit board, mounted it to that aluminum plate with the little feet that he supplied with it. A little hanger right here for the 9-volt to sit down side. Ran the wires to the back side. Those are going to the terminal block. This is what these heavier wires are going to be attached to, is this right here. So I don't have to worry about them pulling on, the control board, especially if, say, like I'm changing bulbs and all that. And then the other wires that are extra long, those are the ones that are going to be run up to the switch. So the next step is I do got to cut this out just a little bit so everything will fit down inside there. You got to cut out the opening where the switch goes just a little bit. Once I get those cut out, I'll get it all mounted in there and we'll be able to fire this thing up. Okay, just kind of give you a little bit more of a up close of that board being mounted inside there and everything like that. I think it actually works out pretty good. And since it originally had the battery tray here that stuck out this far, this clears everything inside the bottom without any issues. So let's go ahead and get this thing finished up. All right, so here we are. I ended up deciding to paint it after all, just because I wanted to make it look as good as possible. So I just picked up some yellow paint. That's kind of that stuff that's specifically for like plastics and stuff like that. Like for like painting like outdoor furniture and things like that. So I think it definitely looks much better than it did before. I do got to find some kind of plugs for that back, so I'm going to be on the hunt to try to find something that is going to make a great substitute for the originals. But outside of that, I'm going to consider this one to be done. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on and show you guys the finished light. All right, so let's go ahead and turn it on. I'm going to do the regular traffic light sequence first. Now, in the process of doing a bunch of research, try to find like that board and stuff like that, I also wanted to know what manufacturer this actually was, because I've seen these listed as a Little Tyke and then Power Wheel, and some people are calling it both a Little Tyke Power Wheel blow mold traffic light. Well, there's actually a customer service number on the very bottom of the stand right there. So I Googled who had that customer service number, and it's linked to Fisher Price / Hot Wheel. So this is essentially a Fisher Price Hot Wheel product right here. So this is they're essentially their blow mold traffic light. These things came out late 80s, early 90s. So let's go ahead and turn on the drag strip portion real fast. But here we go. This is my Fisher Price Power Wheel blow mold traffic light. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Seeing the full transformation from what it was to what it is now. Thanks for watching.